Hello and welcome to another video. I'm here with my former colleague Neil. Neil, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm Neil. I'm from China and I like a lot of cooking and especially Asian food. And I love Uncle Roger. And today we're gonna make some Chinese dumplings.
So yeah, I guess let's go ahead and go over the ingredients and begin the preparation.
Let's start preparing the dough.
Okay, and in the dough it's flour and is there salt added or is it just flour and water?
A little bit salt, 1 pinch of salt, not too much. So today I have prepared like 1 kilogram meat and so probably like 1 kilogram flour as well.
Okay.
Yeah, let's put all in. And then just a little bit of salt. It doesn't have to be too much.
Okay.
That might be too much. Right. Okay, then water. Well, I never measured. Because as Uncle Roger said, like Asian people use feelings. So
Yeah.
We never like little grams, like 9 gram, 10 gram, I don't know. Just put water in. If it's too wet, then add more flour. If it's too dry, add a little bit more water. That is easy. So you don't have to add water at one time. You just like mix it well until you feel like okay, then it's almost ready. So for now, you can see it's definitely too dry. So because there's still a lot of powders, they are not mixing. I would just add more water.
And this uses you use just room temperature water. This case,
Just
right?
room temperature. If you want to make things like, for instance, Japanese gyoza style, then you need a little bit warm water. For fried, because the dough will be softer if you use like temperature for as like 60-70 degree. But for this one, if you boil the dumpling, we just use
The dough gets kneaded and set aside for about 10 minutes and then knead it again and then we'll set it aside and knead it one more time.
So now we can use the waiting time to prepare the filling. Today I'm gonna use like a 2 pack of minced pork meat.
And that comes out to be a kilogram, right?
500 gram.
500 grams.
So in total is 1 kilogram.
Yeah.
Yes. So meat in. And then I will put spices in there.
And which spices will we be using?
First of all, of course, salt. You don't want to miss that. For this, normally I put 1 tablespoon of salt for each pack. So for this, that means like 1.5 tablespoon or 2 tablespoon of salt. So, and then of course, the ingredient you're not gonna miss for Asian food, soy sauce.
Of course.
I will put like 2 tablespoons for this, maybe 3.
Okay.
Just use the fillings, never measure.
Yeah, when I cook Asian food, I tend to cook that way.
Yeah. And also ginger powder. You can also use like fresh ginger if you want, but I'm so lazy to chop them. Normally I just use some, maybe 1 tablespoon. How much is it?
Yeah, I think if you were to use fresh, it would almost be better to like grind it into a paste.
Yeah.
For this.
And that is oyster sauce. It's similar to soy sauce, but thicker.
Did you say it was oyster sauce or hoisin sauce?
What did they say?
Oyster sauce, okay.
Oyster sauce, yeah.
Yeah.
And a little bit Chinese cooking wine. You don't have to put it in if you don't have it.
The Li Kum K seems like a very, very preferred brand of the oyster sauce.
Yeah, this is because this is almost the only one I can find in here. It's also not bad. Well, that's not only one, right? Pepper. I forgot to buy white pepper, so I just like have the mixed one. Put it in. Also, a chicken powder.
Yeah.
That's you can buy it also in Asian market or like a normal market. You can use the one for chicken soup. Similar stuff.
The instant chicken broth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, very important, MSG.
Of course.
Like MSG is the soul of Asian food.
So interestingly enough, the instant chicken broth that I can get at Kaufland, the first ingredient is MSG. So maybe one can.
Another secret stuff. I don't know if you can see it. It's called natron.
Yeah.
It will make the meat softer.
Yeah, we call it in English baking soda.
Baking soda. It's not baking soda. I think baking soda is also kind of a little different.
Well, they also have baking powder, which is different.
Okay.
Baking powder is a mixture of that stuff and an acid to make it bubble up when you add water.
But anyway, when I prepare meat, I always use that. That's no matter what kind of meat, Then I also gonna add a little bit water to make it more juicy. While mixing, I will keep adding water until I feel the texture is good enough.
Okay.
Also, if there's not enough fat in the meat, then you can also add a little bit of oil.
Okay.
Everything should be there. Then.
All right. This then gets run on the stand mixer for some minutes. So then this is close to the right consistency then, right? It's falling off of the central mixing paddle.
Yeah. You can see the meat.
Then of course we knead the dough again. Now at this point we're going to go ahead and chop the cabbage, about half of a head of cabbage. And basically the thing is here, using a Chinese meat cleaver, basically we want to chop everything super fine. So going over it once vertically and then very finely horizontally seems to be the best way forward. The same goes for the spring onions, which we'll go ahead and finely chop in the same manner. So now we add this there and we will mix it again in the stand mixer?
Yeah.
All right. So I can smell that already. It's smelling really, really nice.
Actually, most of the smell comes from the sesame oil we added.
Yeah.
In the end. So
And also the ginger. One final knead, and this dough is ready to go, and we'll go ahead and start forming the dumpling wrappers. The process of making the dumpling wrappers involves taking a piece of dough, rolling it into a snake, maybe 2 centimeters in diameter, and then cutting them into pieces. The exact amounts aren't, the exact sizes aren't everything, but it is important to be somewhat consistent. And from there we'll actually be able to get fairly good circular wrappers that we'll go ahead and fill. So from here we go ahead and cut these into little pieces, and then we'll go ahead and roll them out. You'll note he goes ahead and turns the dough snake quarter turn between cuts, and that gives very nice consistent pieces. Going ahead and weighing these in, it turned out that they were each 12 grams. So then the dough is rolled and rotated in such a way as to produce a very nice thin skin, and then stuffed with meat. And then there's a specific folding process that I'll show you here.
Videos to do this magic, but for me it's really easy. Put it in the middle, on the side, and then in the quarter middle, how do you call it? And then you put them together. That's it.
Nice.
That's one. Today we're gonna fry half and then boil half.
Okay.
And you can try both.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
When the stuff is
Yep.
simmering, just put this mixture of starch and flour inside it until it's like almost half of,
Okay.
like a little bit more than half of it, and then just cook it with the highest heat
Okay.
until there are little amount of water is still left.
Okay. That's interesting. That's a different cooking technique than I would have expected. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because if you just fry it, then it will take quite a long time, and maybe it's already burned outside but still raw inside.
Yeah.
That's the way how to cook the fried. It's not fully fried. It's just half fried. Another way of doing it is you can boil it first,
And then fry.
and then with a lot of oil to fry
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah. So then this will take, do you know approximately how long?
10-15 minutes, I guess.
All right.
Won't take too long.
All right. So we'll be back then as this develops.
Okay. Now roughly this time is the time to open it up
Okay.
and also turn down the heat a little bit. Shake it a little bit. It's a non-sticky pan, so it's very easy to shake.
Yeah.
So make sure you use non-stick pan here, otherwise everything will get sticky there. Now everything should be cooked now, and just the time to wait until all of the waters are gone and you get this crispy layer.
Nice. Which is this?
Put some sesame.
Sesame seeds.
Okay. I think it's ready. Here the bottom is scratching and here the sound is crispy sound.
Yep.
Put the pan in there. Turn it over quickly. Just like that. Nice crispy fried dumpling.
Nice. Grab it.
Okay, so for the sauce part, normally we put just vinegar.
And that's
Can
a black
put
vinegar, right?
Soy sauce, right?
That's a black vinegar, right?
Yeah, black vinegar. Rice vinegar, not the Italian one.
Right.
And if you want, you can put some homemade chili oil.
Ooh.
That's fried by myself. There are a lot of recipe on YouTube to how to do that in a proper way.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it. And if you want to put soy sauce, go ahead. There's no strict rule you can put it or not.
I think they're going to be absolutely delicious.
Okay.